Boers and Bernstein, afternoons on The Score.
Hello there, and welcome to the 13th annual Boers and Bernstein Quote of the Year Show. For 15 years, the Boers and Bernstein Show has showcased some of the most memorable quotes in all of sports. Today, you will have a chance to vote for the 13th annual Boers and Bernstein Quote of the Year. Here's a look back at our previous Quote of the Year winners.
It's not my show, but I'm on that show.
We ain't no white trash.
Early 90s was a different era than after the early 90s.
Oh, yeah.
An entirely different era.
Yeah.
Well, maybe Mike Norton knows.
I know Zerbiak reminds me of now.
Who?
I forgot.
Roger Clemens is in George's box!
Skip Carey, whose pappy was the legendary Harry and whose son is Skip, died in his sleep last night. Make that his son Chip.
The person who I was honoring was the mother of my best man at my funeral.
Stay on this phone and don't hang up on me. I have plenty of energy to drive over there. You understand me? And I will!
One day he was doing nothing, his usual pastime, when a corn fell from the sky and hit him on the head.
And the count is even. Sacks packed with semen.
I know that you've probably been on a plane where you don't get peanuts on that particular day. They're not handing them out. That's because somebody on the plane has a severe allergy. It's really horrible.
This year's nominees will soon be revealed, and then you'll be able to cast your vote at BoersandBernstein.com for the 13th annual Boers and Bernstein Quote of the Year. Now, here are your hosts, Terry Boers and Dan Bernstein. The 13th annual Boers and Bernstein Quote of the Year Show. 2014 has been another great year of memorable quotes and moments that have divided us, brought us together, and simply left us all confused. Not all quotes are created equal, but you're all winners in our book. Here are the honorable mentions for the 13th annual Quote of the Year.
Don't you ever talk about me. Don't you open your mouth about the best, or I'm going to set it for you real quick.
You know, I saw the Werewolf of Wall Street. I just did not think it was well done.
A handful of Ukrainian seamen are still holding out aboard the Chernobyl and the Slavitich.
I was shaking my head at the notion that we should make baseball decisions based on giving our fans cookies. We're cooking the whole meal.
What about Eddie Murray and the Nutty Professors?
The weather, in one word, bone-chilling cold.
Kyle Orton's an amazing quarterback.
At our place, we're really trying to grow the man because we think growing the man helps our football team.
The days of raising your own, quote, quote, raising your own, they're gone.
I get to represent the city of Chicago, but also the city of Milwaukee. And the whole Midwest, those Great Lakes.
I'm just about that action, boss.
One of the big fears I have is dying in a hotel room by myself.
The thing that I don't like about it is it just seems like I think it's bad.
Thank you to everyone who participated. Better luck next year. Now back to Terry Boers and Dan Bernstein. The 13th annual Boers and Bernstein Quote of the Year Show. You've waited long enough, but now it's time to reveal the nominees for the 13th annual Boers and Bernstein Quote of the Year Show.
Okay, cool.
Mark Trestman.
I haven't heard any of that. I didn't hear all of it. I heard a lot about most of it, but what I did hear, I did not hear any of that.
David Schuster.
And I tried to get underneath Rick and just, not underneath Rick, of course. How did that come out?
Rick Wilde.
It combines class winning and leading, technology and stuff.
Caller James on the West Side.
He's this homicidal homosexual ex-con.
Hawk Harrelson.
Typical Asian motion. Deception involved.
Les Grobstein.
Talking about Bears, Eagles. E-A-G-A-L-E-S.
Tommy Lasorda.
I don't wish that girl any bad luck, but I hope she gets hit with a car.
And Damon.
That was Ramblin' Grimace to the men's room out of nowhere.
Voting for Quote of the Year is now open at BoersandBernstein.com. The 13th annual Quote of the Year will be revealed at the end of today's show. Best of luck to all of our nominees. Now back to Dan Bernstein and Terry Boers.
All right, there you have it. Now, go to the website.
Now, what the hell gets a nomination? That's great.
Damn it.
And the 224 says, poor Grobstein, he's always in Quote of the Year hell.
He's always contending every year, but can never win the big one. You know, it's going to be like the Irving R. Thalberg Award. We're going to have to give him something honorary at some point. He's going to be there.
Maybe today.
Really?
Maybe, yeah.
Okay. I mean, just to put something on the mantelpiece after all this.
Yeah, when you think about it, and it's been quite a year for Les. I mean, think about this year. Think about the stuff that's happened, because Chris has people who call him or send him text or whatever it is when Les says something, no matter what hour of the night, he doesn't get away with it. Somebody hears it, and here it comes.
All right, the link is live now at BoersandBernstein.com. You just click on 2014 Boers and Bernstein Quote of the Year competition, and it takes you right to the voting. And I'm going to place mine right now. I always do this. I vote once. There it is. Done.
Wow. I have to think about mine.
Oh, I don't.
Sorry. I know.
I do not.
I know. Don't sway people.
No, I'm not. I didn't.
think people know. We were talking about this, not that long ago, but on my hunch. Mm-hmm. But, boy, that's a tough one. That's George-esque.
There's some good ones in there.
Mm-hmm. Anyway, it is now. It's time to check the website, see if anything's there.
Yep,
I think it's there this time.
The 13th annual Boers and Bernstein Quote of the Year show. Last year, the Boers and Bernstein show crowned Mark Trestman as the inaugural winner of the Best New Artist of the Year.
They don't give out treats for that.
This year's Best New Artist also comes to us from the field of professional football. He entered our homes through our televisions and entered our hearts soon after. The Boers and Bernstein Show is proud to present the Best New Artist Award to David Deal.
Tom Brennan with you from Charlotte, alongside David Deal. South Side, Chicago and yourself.
See Mel Tucker signaling in that to their defense. And if Mel Tucker isn't the epitome of a defensive coordinator for the Chicago Bears, I don't know what is. Look at Paella come around to really control the inside of that pocket. David Cross, number 91, talking about the three most well-known coaches right now in Bears history.
After, of course, the all-time legendary Papa Bear.
Of course. That goes without saying. This is the Bears offense that we know that we're capable of seeing.
That is funny.
Justin Fletcher alongside David Deal. As a quarterback, you are going to receive the blame. You're going to receive the blunt of everything. So here for the Chicago Bears, let's see if they can maintain this momentum, put them up 17-3 going out into the third quarter here, and really give their momentum to the side of the ball. For an interior guy to have 4 sacks going through 5 games, that just shows that he is a penetrator.
You can't mush words together like that.
Congratulations, David. You're part of the broadcast team that Bears fans deserve. Back to Terry Boers and Dan Bernstein.
Ain't that the truth? Congratulations, David Deal.
Yeah, I was going to tell you something. I believe, sir, you lapped the field as well.
Newcomer of the year and a prospect.
Oh, yes.
A prospect, a contender, certainly, I would say, could be multiple Stockton Awards in his future.
I don't know where he's been these late, but yes, there's a possibility he will win this every year.
Well, and he might have won the Dick Stockton Award this year. I don't know.
Yeah, that stuff there, that insight that he brings to a broadcast, Mr. Man, you can't get that everywhere.
That's pretty special.
That's some insight there for all you Bear fans out there.
The 13th annual Boers and Bernstein Quote of the Year show.
From the Chicago Wolves Update Studio, I'm Chris, Wolves Games.
Back to you guys.
It's his Indian name. Wow. Nicely done.
I'm Chris. Maybe he's like Cher. He just goes by one name.
From the Chicago Wolves Update Studio, I'm Chris, Wolves Games.
I'm Chris. I'll be your server. He's like Ronaldinho. We didn't know that he was a Brazilian football superstar, but he is.
Oh, man. I thought I heard that, but hey, you know what? Every day there's candidates.
The 13th annual Boers and Bernstein Quote of the Year show. Leadership. How does one define leadership? Forbes magazine tells us there are certain qualities that embody a great leader. Honesty, communication, clarity.
Reboot our minds mentally.
Commitment. the ability to inspire, and a sense of humor.
Well, he was in the building today, if that's what you meant. No, I'm kidding. We got to have some fun here. Is that funny?
The inaugural Boers and Bernstein Award for Excellence in Leadership goes to the Chicago Bears.
At our place, we're really trying to grow the man because we think growing the man helps our football team.
It's been a heck of a roller coaster ride this year. Agonizing.
If you had to do things differently, would you?
No.
We recognize as a football team what I intune as the noise that goes on around us.
All the stories about where's Brandon's mental. Is he happy? I'm great. Everything I do is strategic.
Brandon Marshall taking notes, writing in his notebook right now. And it's part of his whole positive thinking approach.
When I'm talking to you guys, I'm not talking to you guys. I'm talking through you. I'm talking to my community.
Cutler waiting on the snap. Blitz on. Throws over the middle. It's intercepted.
It was a shell coverage, and it was a 4-deep coverage. Brandon was job was to go down the middle.
No one knows exactly what we're doing out there, so I know you guys think that you do know, but you don't.
I sense Revis has frustrated Brandon Marshall in this game.
You think? I don't give up. Whatever you're trying to refer to, it's whack to me.
You guys are going to be as negative as possible, and we understand that.
Rocked down by Lamar Houston.
No way.
Who went into his sack celebration and then fell down on his rear end.
He hurt his knee in that celebration.
He hurt himself.
Lamar had a knee. That's all I know at this time. I'm very disappointed for him.
The New England Patriots get the win, 51-23.
The number one thing we've got going for us right now is we're into the bye.
Just a disastrous evening in Green Bay, Wisconsin. 55-14.
This is downright embarrassing.
We're not a very good football team right now, obviously. We didn't make any changes after the bye. And that starts with me.
There's only one damn leader on this team, and that's the head coach.
I haven't heard any of that. I didn't hear all of it. I heard a lot about most of it, but what I did hear, I did not hear any of that.
And the rest of the players, shut your mouth.
I love controversy because it's an opportunity, it's a platform to talk about some of these issues.
We look around the room and we ask ourselves who's not smart.
Well, here come the Boos.
I'm having a rough time today. I know I'm going to get ripped on the radio tomorrow.
This is a proud franchise that's being humiliated here tonight.
Boers and Bernstein.
Go Bears!
Chicago Sports Radio 670. The Score.
This segment brought to you by New Horizons Computer Learning Centers, IT, desktop, and project management training. Find it all at nhgreatlakes.com.
That's inspired stuff.
That's brilliant.
And boy, to hear all that together,
brilliant.
Those are your team leaders.
I know.
Wow.
I'm saying,
wow.
Doctor.
Wow.
Death has spoken.
The 13th annual Boers and Bernstein Quote of the Year show.
What about Thanks? Is he going to come back?
After winning the B&B Lifetime Achievement Award in 2013, the next logical step for Bob and Niles is to have his very own award during the Quote of the Year show.
Yeah, I liked it.
The Bob and Niles Award salutes those whose lack of paying attention, combined with their love of the White Sox, make them next in line to watch movies on the 6th floor.
I have to go upstairs and see the 6th floor and see what's going on.
The inaugural Bob and Niles Award goes to our very own Dan Bernstein.
But I wonder if the White Sox would even be tempted to go ahead and give him a call.
Well, you wouldn't even ask about Rick Hahn or about Kenny Williams. You would just go right to the source and you say, would Jerry Reinsdorf make this move?
What about the White Sox?
What about the White Sox?
What about the White Sox?
I don't know.
Congratulations, Danny B. Maybe after the show, we can go chew on a pizza or something.
Oh, chew on a pizza or something.
I don't know. Oh, what can I say? I promised myself I wouldn't cry. So many people to thank. So little time.
Yeah,
so special.
That's
I wish I had an office where I can put it.
In the old country, that's what you call not paying any attention.
That's the point of the
award.
award.
Old country, those are old times now. You can't say that. I can't hurt anybody's feelings, but yours, I think you can. But I think that's allowed still. But yeah, that's we're out, and you just completely not paying attention to a word I said.
Correct.
And I am nothing if not a man full of wisdom that can help everybody alive.
What?
And even some who are dead.
That's greatness.
The 13th annual Boers and Bernstein Quote of the Year Show. The Boers and Bernstein Show celebrated its 15th anniversary in 2014. And one thing remains true. There would be no Dan and Terry without the callers. In fact, if we didn't have callers, Dan and Terry would likely be on the street trading insults for spare change. We want to thank all of our callers who pick up their phones, open up their mouths, and say the first thing that comes to their mind. The Caller of the Year Award celebrates the best of the Boers and Bernstein listeners. The nominees for Boers and Bernstein Caller of the Year are...
Ray and Wheaton, you are on the score.
Hey, Ishka-Bibble, why don't you keep it on basketball and not black people's hair, you little damn fool?
Ray,
I hate you. Man, I really hate you.
This is Jerry in Oak Brook on the score.
Simple question, just theoretical question. If we had kept McCown instead of Cutler...
No.
Yes.
Tony and Wilmette, you're on the score.
What is the deal with the tone for our superstar, Derrick Rose? You're like a hater.
I hope Derrick Rose has a terrific season.
I don't care what you hope. I said, what's your problem? Why are you hating on him? Because the man has done nothing but represent Chicago. He is trying to appreciate Reed.
Northside and Vince on the score.
I wonder if you guys are going to still like Joe Mann when you find out he's Italian descent, you morons.
Northwest side, here's Gino. He's on the score.
Hello? Hello there. Yeah, this is Gino, Northwest Side.
Hello.
Hello? Hello? Yeah, this is Gino from Northwest Side. Coach Trustman, is this guy in self-denial?
I can't hear a word you're saying.
Forget it.
This is Jay on the score.
You guys are really stretching. You guys should just focus on Sterling, okay?
We will do what we want, and you will listen to what you want.
You come down to Hegewisch anytime, and you do the show there, and we'll see what happens.
Wait, is that a threat?
Wow.
I think there are a lot of people in Hegewisch cringing right now.
Yeah.
And the winner of the Boers and Bernstein Caller of the Year is...
Ray and Wheaton, you are on the score.
What would you know about black people's hair, Jew boy? What you know? You don't know. You're just running your damn mouth. Just like you listen to Will Rap and hang with Lawrence don't make you no expert on black people. Shut the hell up.
No.
That's what you need to do. Keep it on sports.
No,
Back to you guys.
Boy, it's hard on this show to come up with even nominees. The calls we take.
Dopes. I mean, really idiots. Really stupid people. Oh, man, but there's nothing like a black guy screaming at you. I don't even remember what that conversation was, but...
Whose hair was I talking about?
I don't know.
Tony Snell.
Yeah.
It was Tony Snell's hair. I said he finally got his hair figured out because we realized it wasn't 1996 anymore.
That's all I was looking for.
The 13th annual Boers and Bernstein Quote of the Year Show. This year's winner of the B&B Lifetime Achievement Award goes to a man who has already worked with the likes of the Black Eyed Peas, Madonna, and even Adam Harris. He's covered countless Super Bowls, 6 Bulls NBA titles, a World Series championship, and destroyed many kitchens along the way. The Boers and Bernstein Show is proud to present the 3rd annual B&B Lifetime Achievement Award to Les Grobstein.
Welcome to Score Overnight. I'm Les Grobstein. Will you drop it? I'm dead serious. The weather, in one word, bone-chilling cold. Tommy, how are you?
Question for you. I'm confused on what a 3-technique lineman is.
A 3-technique. It's something. It's a newer type of situation, but I'm going to try to tell you what they. There's different ways of describing what a 3-technique is. And
I'm confused.
You sound like Dennis Green. He's not what we thought he would be. The Bears are what we thought they would be. Whatever. Bon Jovi might be interested in moving the Buffalo Bills into his native Canada. 3-technique, A-gaps. What most people know about the 3-technique defensive tackle, you know a few more of them the more you're in the NFL. Basically, the way it is set up, they can't agree. Different coaches have different things. 941 texter. Jay Cutler choked at the end. And I know all there is about choking, sincerely. Oh, not going to read that. What about Bonifacio? Boy, has cream risen to the top there, huh? Who would you take to go to the Blackhawks? I mean, to the we already got the Bulls and the Blackhawks and Aaron Rodgers. Who would you take to go to the White Sox off any roster, and to the Cubs off any roster? There's a thing called the zero technique, and Vince Wilfork is involved with that. Giovanni, now all of a sudden I can't even spit the word out. Frank Oliumli, Nicolo Miricic, Justin Bieber. 219, Les, what came first, the chicken or the egg? I don't get your point. They had breast awareness night. It's its entire month. The late, great Rick James. Give us some of that. On Thanksgiving morning, it's spooky out there. You're acting like a newborn that's just been born or whatever. And that's when Dave Stewart, with his high-pitched voice, starts screaming, "What are you talking about being a man, you bleep bleeper?" I don't care about the Miami Heat's history. The hell with them. And the horse that rode in on them. The 3 technique, it's a 4-3 pass rushing tackle like Tommy Kelly. Does that answer that a little bit for you, Tommy?
Well, it's Polecat Tommy, by the way.
Okay, cool.
Congratulations, Grobber.
You could say that it is daytime now, even though the sun isn't out yet.
Boers and Bernstein.
KMA.
Chicago Sports Radio 670. The Score.
Long overdue.
That's wonderful.
That is just great.
I think he joins Mike from Milwaukee and Bob from Niles.
But that's a carpool. Now we're getting somewhere.
Those are the 3 names on the Lifetime Achievement Award. Wow. Just great.
Now for us, that's great company.
Mm-hmm. All right, we've got a special mystery guest now apparently joining us on the GrossingYourCity.com hotline. Grosing Your City Toyota Chevy Cadillac, located just west of North and Clybourne. Hello, mystery guest.
Hello, Mr. Non-Guest. Hi, Dan.
Oh, it's congratulations on your award.
Oh, come on now. I take great pride in being the non-award-winning sportscaster. I've never won anything, except a B'nai B'rith award a few years ago. Otherwise, I've never won any awards.
Well, now you have.
Now you have. And look at the company you keep.
The Lifetime Achievement.
Yeah, Lifetime Achievement.
For a fine career.
You know, we love you.
Well, we love you guys, too.
No, you don't.
No,
nobody loves this show.
No, that's not true.
Except PETA.
Nobody loves us.
Bernsey, I've known you since 1995, and Terry, you and I have known each other since, the 60s?
Known in the biblical
No,
sense.
we have known less. I think we first met when I started covering the Bulls, which would be 1982 we met. You were around then. You were a big stroker then.
Tanny.
You were a big stroker then.
Almost, buddy.
It was you and Lefty Logan, rest his soul, and others at that time.
Yep, that's correct. Fred Mitchell, we'll say Fred. I met. So that's a damn long time.
Wait, what happened in '82? What'd you guys do?
They met.
Oh, you guys met in '82.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were in several harness media races together out at Maywood as well.
And who rode whom?
There are no horses.
Right.
And the horse that rode in on them.
And the horse that rode in on them.
And I've got photos to prove it too.
Yes, he does.
Wait, that wasn't the year the White Sox won. What year did they win? That
83.
83.
You're a bastard. You're really a bad guy.
Yeah, but Tito Landrum and not only Tito Landrum, but Jerry Dibzinski made sure they didn't get into the World Series.
Don't mention Tito Landrum because the things are bad. And Chris Ranji's here. There was a whole thing with Tito Landrum and Ranji's mom, and we can't talk about that.
But the Sox should have been in the World Series in '83, and they would have beaten the Phillies just like the Orioles did.
That's correct. I believe that as well. You know, Les, I spent that World Series. We set up in the playoffs rather. I really wasn't covering the Sox. I was doing the Bulls, but they said, "Why don't you go out and do something with this? Since it's a big deal." That's when I sat down for the entire time when they were there, both games. I think it was 2 with Bill Veeck.
Yeah, Bill Veeck was right there. I was in that area too. Bill Veeck was there as a media person. He was actually credentialed as a writer, and he would look very relaxed because this was the first time we saw him out there in 2 years.
It was just great. That guy could spin a tale, man. I'm not even sure what happened in the game. Just listening to him, and unscrewing his leg as an ashtray. That's America.
The Friday night game, they got drilled 11-1.
Yes.
Mike Flanagan virtually shattered Ron Kittle's knee with the pitch. And then Richard Dotson, he nailed Eddie Murray in the back, who had already taken him deep twice, and he admitted after the game, yeah, I was throwing at him, and then he was shocked that he got fined by baseball.
Well, Les, congratulations on winning the Lifetime Achievement Award. You should be very proud.
Oh, it's great. We'll talk about it tonight, too. Let me ask you a question. What was the reasoning that I won it, or is there any reason?
You know what? We're not in charge.
We're not in charge.
You'd have to ask Chris Tannehill. I think it's for a lifetime.
It's pretty self-explanatory.
It's for
Is it really true? You guys had no idea any of these quotes of the year and stuff, that this is
Correct.
all is a big surprise to you guys, too? Because I heard you talking about that earlier.
That's correct. That's true. I don't
want to know.
Stick my nose in Chris Tannehill's business.
I got to admit, that's a cool way of doing it.
Yeah, Grabber, I'm not sure how you guys do things at night, but we literally do not talk to Dan or Terry before or after the show or during.
Well,
that's true.
Kevin Zepak or Zach Withers or whatever, we don't talk much before the show either.
I wouldn't either.
I'm doing them a favor. They don't have to deal with me beforehand. And
that's why we do it.
We have a lot of fun, though.
Oh, Grabber, but you're a great guy to deal with. Come on,
Grabber, you're the best.
I would rather deal with you than Bernstein.
Hey, people don't understand. Bernstein's a great guy. He's got a terrific family. He's got a beautiful wife, lovely kids. People have to lay off Bernstein.
Don't. You're ruining the bit. Stop.
I know.
First of all,
I had to say that, and that was meant from the heart.
Thanks. We appreciate that.
I think you got wrong information.
Oh, very wrong.
Well, I know he's got a beautiful wife. I've met her.
Okay.
This is not my beautiful wife. All right, Les, thank you.
You are the best, my friend.
We'll talk to you guys later. I'm Blackhawk bound right now.
Okay.
He's actually bound by a Blackhawk.
He's chained to a bed. Hey, what about my life? There's nothing about my life. What about mine?
Nordstrom has got him. Corey Crawford has him. He's actually wearing Crawford's stolen leg pads. We solved that mystery.
Wow.
Oh, boy.
Man.
All right. Yeah, more to come. And don't forget Hub at 5 taking calls on the Bears in the NFL because, hey, who doesn't want more Bears talk? You've got the score.
The 13th annual Boers and Bernstein Quote of the Year show. It has been a tradition like no other. The Dick Stockton Award.
Ball 4, strike 3.
Many broadcasters have competed in 2014 for the honor of taking home this prestigious award. But only one play-by-play man can take home the coveted Dick Stockton Award. The nominees for the 2014 Dick Stockton Award are Dick Enberg.
And he pulls that one into the right field corner. That's hit well. And he will touch them all. No, it's in play. All the runners keep on going.
Steve Stowe.
Runner going and fouled off once again. It's a home run. Wow.
Hawk Harrelson.
Send to right center field.
Stay with it. Yes!
He missed it. No, he missed it.
And Hawk Harrelson.
Ball here deep in the right center field. Buckets the wall and makes the catch. No, he does not. That's a home run. That's a jet stream.
And the winner of the Dick Stockton Award is Dick Enberg. Oh, wait. I'm sorry. Excuse me. Hawk Harrelson.
That ball hit high and deep in the center field. Goes back on the track. He jumps and makes the catch.
No. You can put it on the board. Yes. Back to Terry Boers and Dan Bernstein.
Stone's pretty close on that one. I'll tell you
good.
That Stone thing is priceless. Come on now. Come on now.
Is Hawk Harrelson the first Quote of the Year winner who then went on to win the Dick Stockton Award?
Yes, I would guess.
Maddie's?
I believe so, unless Dick Duran or Tom Skutnik won it. I think that's got to be right. That's pretty special right there.
I think that's
a little statistical marvel there. You got something. You got your. I don't think he's got the metrics. I don't think Scott and Davenport has the metrics on the Quote of the Year show. But congratulations, that's awesome.
Terrific. Yeah.
The voting ends at 5:30 for the Quote of the Year, so you got about an hour.
The 13th annual Boers and Bernstein Quote of the Year show. We're less than an hour away from revealing the 13th annual Boers and Bernstein Quote of the Year. It's not too late to cast your vote at boersandbernstein.com. Here are this year's nominees. Mark Trestman.
I haven't heard any of that. I didn't hear all of it. I heard a lot about most of it, but what I did hear, I did not hear any of that.
David Schuster.
And I tried to get underneath Rick and just, not underneath Rick, of course. How did that come out?
Rick Wilde.
It combines class winning and leading, technology and stuff.
Caller James on the West Side.
He's this homicidal ex-con. Homosexual ex-con.
Hawk Harrelson.
Typical Asian motion. Deception involved.
Les Grobstein.
Talking about Bears, Eagles. E-A-G-A-L-E-S.
Tommy Lasorda.
I don't wish that girl any bad luck, but I hope she gets hit with a car.
And Damanair.
That was Rambling Grimace to the men's room out of nowhere.
Our polls will remain open for the next half hour, so log on to boersandbernstein.com to cast your vote now. The 13th annual Boers and Bernstein Quote of the Year show.
It is brought to you by Al Piemonte Ford. Visit apford.com. So what I will give you here...
Yes. What will you give me here?
I will give you the percentages.
Okay.
Because I think you should know how this all broke out.
Yeah.
We had 8 nominees. We had 1 get only 2% of the vote.
Mm-hmm.
We had 2 each with 4% of the vote. Then there were 2 that garnered 6% each of the vote.
Wow. Okay.
All right. Our third place bronze medalist this year was at 10%. Our silver medalist this year came in at 15%. I don't know how quick you are in subtracting all that from 100.
Hey, Dan, we don't have those medals, though.
But thank you. Thanks for letting me know. But what that leaves is a rout.
Yeah.
53%. We've had some big numbers before. I think this may be in the 13 years our biggest winner. And
sounds like it, yeah.
It
sounds like it.
I don't think anybody's going to be surprised, but ladies and gentlemen, I give you the 2014 Boers and Bernstein Quote of the Year.
And the winner of the 13th annual Boers and Bernstein Quote of the Year is...
I haven't heard any of that. I didn't hear all of it. I heard a lot about most of it, but what I did hear, I did not hear any of that.
Well earned.
Well, if that kids doesn't sum up the Bears season and whatever the hell that was, then nothing does.
And him and all of it.
All of it. Yep, he doesn't know, and he didn't heard, and he might have heard, and he heard this, and I didn't hear that. Oh, my God. That's the way he talks about his offense. Again, don't forget the imaginary man that calls plays.
I haven't heard any of that.
Yeah, I know. I know you haven't.
And what this means is now the Bears are the only Chicago team in the last decade plus of doing this that have had 2. They've had any coach. There's been no coach or manager from any other professional sports team win the award, and the Bears now have 2. Both Dick Geron and Mark Trestman.
Well, listen, if he stays, he's 1-9 for next year. You kidding me?
You got him at 1-9.
1-9.
He's on the team for next year.
You kidding? Of course he would be. So I'd start him. That guy speaks twice a week, and I don't know what he's talking about. So. You think it gets better? No, I'd bet big. I'd take it all. Bet on him there. I figured it would be this much. I mean, 53% doesn't sound like much, but when the other ones are, no
that's
great.
Not
close.
So this is a tweet here from Chris who says that was Mark Trestman's biggest win in his career. That guy's he can't hear you. He's got his gray cups in his ears. He can't hear you.
I'm telling you, 1-9 if he stays to win again.
Well, a texter already says I got 100 on Trestman at 1-9.
Yeah, there's no doubt.
And if you wanted the second and third, second with 15% was the Dan McNeil Ramblin' Grimace quote, and Les Grobstein's Eagles misspelling was third. It was 15% for Daniel and 10% for the grabber.
That is a rub. That's it's a stumping.
Yeah,
and it should have been.
The injustice of last year was not revisited this year because the fact that Tim Beckman lost last year was simply wrong. It was bad voting. It was stupid people. It happened. Like I say, it happened. We can't change it, but it shouldn't have happened.
There are very few quotes. I mean, there's some great quotes. I mean, you do this for as long as we have, but that wint will survive forever in this show.
Our motto's win, and that is whatever is necessary today.
Yeah.
That's what came in second last year to Chris Ranji's innocuous comment about peanuts on an airplane.
Getting penis on a plane.
Right. Right here, in less than 2 minutes. You're going to hear it all in its entirety. And Les may replay it again tonight because I think he's very excited to have won.
I think he is too, yeah.
The Lifetime Achievement Award.
I'm glad he's happy. Yeah, I love Les. That's nice. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's good.
So
I'm not sure he's happy, but I
think so.
He twoked. None of that.
A lot of requests here. One more time with the Trestman quote. People want to hear it again, this year's winner, to fully appreciate the Trestman-ness of this quote. Do you remember exactly what he was asked about? This was about Brandon Marshall, right?
Marshall, yeah.
And it was about what he was saying and
screaming at the top of his lungs in the locker room.
Right. And when Lance Briggs just kind of walked out and this guy's screaming at everybody and telling Robbie Gould to shut up because he just kicks the ball. So eventually you come to the coach and say, hey, what happened in your locker room? What was this? What do you know what happened?
I haven't heard any of that. I didn't hear all of it. I heard a lot about most of it, but what I did hear, I did not hear any of that.
Welcome to Score Overnight. I'm Les Grobstein. Will you drop it? I'm dead serious. The weather, in one word, bone-chilling cold. Tommy, how are you?
Question for you. I'm confused on what a three-technique lineman is.
A three-technique. It's something. It's a newer type of situation, but I'm going to try to tell you what they. There's different ways of describing what a three technique is. And
I'm confused.
You sound like Dennis Green. He's not what he thought. What we thought he would be. The Bears are what we thought they would be. Whatever. Bon Jovi might be interested in moving the Buffalo Bills into his native Canada. Three technique A gaps. What most people know about the three technique defensive tackle, you know a few more of them the more you're in the NFL. Basically, the way it is set up, they can't agree. Different coaches have different things. 941 texter. Jay Cutler choked at the end. And I know all there is about choking, sincerely. Oh, not going to read that. What about Bonifacio? Boy, his cream risen to the top there, huh? Who would you take to go to the Blackhawks? I mean, to the we already got the Bulls and the Blackhawks, and Aaron Rodgers. Who would you take to go to the White Sox off any roster and to the Cubs off any roster? There's a thing called the zero technique, and Vince Wilfork is involved with that. Giovanni, now all of a sudden I can't even spit the word out. Frank Oliumli, Nikola Miricic, Justin Bieber. 219, Les, what came first, the chicken or the egg? I don't get your point. They had breast awareness night. It's its entire month. The late, great Rick James. Give me some of that. On Thanksgiving morning, it's spooky out there. You're acting like a newborn that's just been born or whatever. And that's when Dave Stewart, with his high-pitched voice, starts screaming, "What are you talking about being a man, you bleep bleeper?" I don't care about the Miami Heat's history. The hell with them. And the horse that rode in on them. Three technique, it's a 4-3 pass rushing tackle like Tommy Kelly. Does that answer that a little bit for you, Tommy?
Well, it's polecat, Tommy, by the way.
Okay, cool.
Congratulations, Grobber.
You could say that it is daytime now, even though the sun isn't out yet.